All right, what is going on, guys? I'm gonna adjust the volume down, blast my own ears off. Perfect. Ah, we got the new patch. I have no idea exactly what this whole T-Rex guy here entails, but we're gonna figure that out. I don't know if this is like a free thing that's always in. I was completely ready to buy this guy, or if I have to, whatever this runestone thing is. I don't know what happens if I click it. Yeah, I don't know if you earn them normally, or if I would have to buy it to unlock this little guy. But I want the little T-Rex to click on while we're playing, because who wouldn't want the little T-Rex? Josh is such a tool. I got some new magic cards. That's what I was doing. I was trying to see if I could get the Arabelle when I was at the store buying magic cards. Ooh, I didn't know Elven Elite was even in this. Yay, magic. Tavern offers cards of your tier only. Demons, dragons, Naga, Quillbore, and Undead. I think we go with Zarek unless we get a... Yep, Zarek it is. So... almost thinking we try and go with the demon build. Demon dragons. That does, however, let's see. I gotta see what level all the demons are at. So if we go for demons, we need Shadow Dancer at tier 4. Batty Terrorguard at tier 5, and Fellfire Conjurer at tier 5. I think that's the only thing we're gonna need. We're gonna need to hit tier 4 and get Shadow Dancer, and then tier 5 after that, and that's all. So we're gonna look for Shadow Dancer at tier 4 and stay at tier 5 probably for the rest of the game. I'll do this. Kind of awkward. Yeah. If we can reverse spell damage too. I don't know as far as tavern spells. Obviously we'll need double end of round effects and double death rattles too. But let's see what tavern tier 5 spells there are. Armor, so we can just keep getting armor stash. High T service is useless. Corrupted Cupcakes is actually fantastic, and so is Golden Touch. I think all the tier 5 tavern spells are pretty good. Forest Bounty for the AoE field increase is also pretty awesome. Tie and a win.
Your minions really pulled their weight.
I'll do what I can.
Patient Scout. We can get a different dragon than that. Skyfin, sure. That actually works out pretty well. Next turn, go up to tier 3. I don't know if anybody else is tier 3 yet. No, no one pushed tier 3. Cenarius is getting wrecked, though. Undeads? Yeah, should be fine. He'll gain an extra 2/2. That's a little crappy. Alright, well, not a super big deal. Would have been kind of nice if he'd hit the 1/1, and then we would have tied the... no, we'd have still lost, but only by 1. That was 1 different. We could do Patient Scout and Strike Oil. He just went to tier 3. I actually think that's the better play here. That gives us the ability to go to tier 3, do a refresh if we need to, and then play the Patient Scout, or play another, sorry, buy a minion and play it, of tier 3. Or we can get another Patient Scout, everything's guaranteed to be tier 2. And we can drop a Patient Scout down for a triple maybe. Philip! What's going on, buddy? You haven't been in a while. I thought you forgot about me.
Welcome back. How's it going out there?
I'm actually gonna do one more refresh, see if we get Patient Scout, and we didn't, so you know what? Let's do one more again. Different demon than that. Elemental's good. I have no idea what my cat's getting into. Alright, Elven Elite, so next turn we get our trinket. Hopefully we'll have the gold to do the tavern upgrade to 4. Whom you wreck at Magic, yeah. You wrecked me at Magic with my own counter deck to my current deck. I'll give it to you. You did win. Or did I win against myself? I'm trying to adjust that deck to be a little stronger. That's why I was on so late. Alright, discover a tier 4 minion. I think we wait one more. No, let's go with the Worn Treasure map. In 2 turns, gain 10 gold. It's a one-off. Reflective Pendant's not bad, but that costs 0. And I think that is kind of what we need here. Slumbering. There's the Shadow Dancer. If we lose this round, we can get the Tortollan. A Shadow Dancer, and we can give her Taunt. So right away, we'll get her effect. Bounding Fellstalker's not bad either. Yeah. We'll do... I don't know if I would prefer a gold copy of her. I almost don't know about the... So the only downside to using the Batty Terror Guard is that she can get massive, which is kind of good, kind of bad, because if she keeps dying, it's great. We'll get the extra Staff of Enrichment. If not, kind of lose out on that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Poet's also kind of nice. Alright, 10 damage for sure. Oh yeah. Yeah, he ramped up demons a little bit. Tier 3. But again, it's kind of good. We get the Tortollan, extra gold, buy both of those, do a refresh. Another Shadow Dancer. Sell that Patient Scout off. Not exactly what I wanted. Go with the Bristleback for now. We got Undeads. And Sindorais. I guess good at any time. Good as any time to use the Sindorai, huh? Could also do one more refresh, try for a Shadow Dancer. That actually works. We'll grab that. We get 2 more refreshes. If we get the Shadow Dancer, I can actually just clone her.
I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
Come on, give us a Shadow Dancer. Alright, there's the Shadow Dancer. I'm actually going to...
All will dance to my song.
Keep up the momentum.
Alright, try to slap him down. That's alright. Double Shadow Dancer, hopefully... Kind of want them to both die. It's 2 staff enrichments. We get an extra 10 gold this turn. They're definitely going to win, but we're good for this turn and next turn no matter what.
The battle is really raging out there.
Alright, 21 gold. Let's go tier 5. Spirit Walker's not terrible. There's the double death rattle. Now we just need to buff our tavern spells. We need the dragon. There's the baddie Terror Guard. Let's do... all those absorbs every time we play a spell. We're going to get that absorb. Free refresh. We get the Fellfire Conjure and another baddie Terror Guard. I'm going to sell all 3 of those. We're going to do Fellfire, second baddie Terror Guard. Every time we play a tavern spell, we will absorb our demon. Another friendly demon will consume a minion, and that's going to happen twice every time. We're going to get up to 4 of the tavern spell. Minions in the tavern have +1/+1 this game. That's going to be +2/+2 at the end of the round. Titus, double death rattle, so I want these 2 to die before Titus, and if they do, and we get 8 of the tavern spells, I think we're going to win. Maybe even come in first this game. Alright, 4. That's 8 of them. That is 16 absorbs, and they're all going to increase by 2/2 for the rest of the game. So we got 1 shot. 1 opportunity to kill everyone we ever wanted.
Oh, it's okay. We all hit some bugs.
Avenge 3 your tavern spells, give an extra 1/1 this game. I think that is not important. After your last minion dies each combat, summon your first demon that died with its maximum stats. You know what? Why not? It costs 0. Alright, so double upgrade, double absorb, double upgrade, double absorb. Let's do a refresh. Let me grab that cupcake. Let's do double upgrade, double absorb. Let's do Fellfire Conjure, a full absorb. Another corrupted cupcake. Sir? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, double upgrade, double absorb. One more time. Our minions just got massive in 1 turn. And guess I'll just do a little extra armor. Why not? Get that last absorb in. 86, 86, 154, 142, and we got some extra strength here too. I need double end of round effects for Fellfire still, but that was 8 2/2 increases to all minions in the tavern, plus the absorbs. And we're only on turn 9, so I don't think that we... Let's do something like that. That way, just in case neither of these dies, the Cythera sticker will at least not summon the baddie Terror Guard. That was pathetic.
You can turn this around.
Alright, what do you got? Groundbreakers. I don't think they have the stats to kill anything, so that kind of sucks. We got no taverns, though. Goodness gracious, cat. There's the double end of round effects. 2 of them. Let's do a refresh. Baddie Terror Guard triple. Two extra tavern spells at the end of the round. And double end of round effects. The only downside is we didn't get any stronger that turn, so hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt. Double end of round effects, actually. Ignition Specialist is actually not great for us. That's going to fill our hands with other stuff other than the Staff of Enrichment. It's going to give us 4 other tavern spells, which is not necessarily a good thing. Just leave that. Leave that as it is. Josh, what are you up to? She lost her last round against Naga. Again, these one or both of these, preferably both of these, has to die, and then these have to survive. We have to obviously not fully die here. Cenarius is out. 2 wins. He won against us. I don't know. I don't know what we're about to go against. What are you up to? This shouldn't be bad. I think we will have both of these die. Come on, hit over here. No. Perfect. An outing on the boat. I know how the last one ended. Alright, 5-5 this game for the minions in the tavern. Alright, we're in the top 6. Another Fellfire Conjurer. Alright, let's grab the Fellfire. Do Staff. Oh yeah, it's just 1 absorbent. It's doubled, huh? Fellfire triple.
That's a great play. I can't wait to see this shake out. That's quite the army you're building, friend.
Natural Blessing on all the minions to the left at the end of the round. That is a 7/7 spell doubled. Let's go ahead and do 2 more Staff of Enrichments. And there's the triple on the Drakari as well. Triple end of round effects. We got the Fauna Whisperer. And that is irrelevant. Let's do that. So the minion to the left is a demon. We're going to get 7/7 tripled, and that's actually the Felfire Conjurer +2/+2. That's going to go off 3 times. So we're going to ramp up a ton no matter what here. Again, Fauna Whisperer. End of your turn, cast Natural Blessing on the minion to the left of this. ×3, but the Felfire Conjurer buffs that from 7/7 to 13/13 first. And then it'll go off. We're going to freeze that Titus Ribbon there.
Have a good battle, friend.
There it is. Ramp up our demons a ton. Come on, one of these ones. No, okay. Those minions are tiny compared to ours. Alright. Oh, come on, kill it. Yeah, there we go. Get all those extra copies. And they're not even close. She's out. Exact 15. 11/11 for minions in the tavern now permanently. And then we get the absorb.
Your minions really pulled their
Let's grab that Titus. So 82/82. Buff them up, gain double stats, buff them up, double stats, and double stats. That's a 5/19/501. Titus Rivendare for the triple. I'm gonna go ahead and just discover a Death Rattle minion real quick. Get an absorb. Get a nope, not a low cost Severance spell. See what Titus gives us. Famished Velvet. At the end of your turn, your demons consume a minion in the tavern and gain its stats. Honestly, a full tavern of minions, that is going to be essentially $100 minions. So actually, Fauna Whisperer is weaker to have on the field. And that... So we'll just drop that on the field. Just leave it at what it's at. So... all of these are going to absorb and gain 90/90 now. We'll have an entire hand. Even if one Shadow Dancer dies, we'll pretty much... Whew, that Corrupted Myrmidon's going to be big. Perfect. That's a whole lot of copies. Unfortunately, that's going to kill us here. That's okay, as I think we'll clear out the rest of his field pretty easy. Hopefully that hits here. If that hits here, we'll be... No. That's actually going to be pretty close. Yeah, he can only take 15 damage here, so... And we have 17/17, but we get our original demon back, so it's a tie. Top 4. This is going to be gross. So 17/17, absorb, double stats, 855, 837, 900, 1200. Oh my goodness. The minions are getting stupid powerful that are in the tavern right now. And again, at the end of the round, we're going to absorb each of them, too. I might actually get rid of the Titus Rivendare. Not super necessary for something like the Leroy. For a one-shot, maybe. Or even another Batty Terror Guard. Wouldn't be bad. Let's try for another Batty Terror Guard. We'll get all the absorbs first. Corrupted Cupcakes. We'll use that right on the Terror Guard. He just became 1,000. Yeah, we're going to gain 250 or 260, 260 on all of our minions, right? All the demons. 2,000, 2,000. So much power. We are leagues ahead of these people right now. It'll take his whole field to take out one of these Shadow Dancers. Because that Shadow Dancer is now going to come back anyway. So we only got 6 copies of the spell to increase our tavern by 23, 23, and then get a double absorb. Top 2. Oh, we lost out on one. I got a little too gusto. I'm gonna grab that glow scale.
Go big or go home, I always say.
Well, if we make it through this one round, pretty much gonna win the whole thing. So I'm gonna sell the Titus. I do glow scale to get the divine shield. I'm gonna put that on our 3,500. Sell glow scale, grab another glow scale. Same thing. I'm gonna put that on our Famished Fellbat. We'll grab the Leroy for the one shot. And then we'll do one absorb here. Yeah, 2 4,000s with Divine Shield. And then we're going to absorb all 5 of those. What's he got? Oh my gosh, his minions are tiny. Comparatively, they're so small. The nice thing is, Leroy won't die to something weak, so it's guaranteed to be something big. Yeah, that was such an easy win. Alright, first round, incredibly successful with the Elven Elite. That went according to plan, and then some. 29-29 for Staff of Enrichment by the end of that game. Yeah, back over 7,000. Look at that. Easy. Not that we really care. Rank is just a number. Especially once you're locked in at 6K. That was probably one of the most successful demon games we've had in a long while. I wouldn't say that they're the best, but when you narrow down the the creatures in the tavern to your tavern tier, it makes it so easy to target what you're aiming for. I think it's the first time that we've seen that anomaly this season. He's gonna start. There it is. Looked like it was trying. Alright, lesser pouches, lesser trinkets. Demons, dragons, Naga, Quillbore, and Undead. This is exactly what we had last game. Weird. Oh, what to play? Let's go with Finley and see what we get. A little bit of random, never hurt anybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, we're going against Krampus. I saw it, Krampus.
Hey, my favorite commander is back. Ready to get started?
Okay, well, these kind of suck. I guess Reliquary Research isn't terrible. It's not amazing, but it's not the worst. So every 4th tavern spell we buy costs nothing.
Don't tell the others. I'm rooting for you.
Cool bore.
The battle is really raging out there.
That is a
It's good to get some mid-
lie, and we all know it. Evils. Now everybody in here is a real negative except for this guy. He's like, I wish for things. The Foxinator. Or it's like a Fox Exterminator. I don't know what that means. Krampus. Bad Ninja. Evils. Bad as in he's bad at the game, or bad as in evil? And everybody knows that rocks with that 2 X's, they're a stripper.
You can win this thing. Your minions really pulled their
Ooh. Wouldn't that be nice if that was free right now? Zesty Shaker Thermaturgist already, though? That's kind of big.
May the shores be with you.
That one might make all the difference.
+2/+2. Get those permanent. We'll be freaking killing it.
You're doing great out there.
Why do you not have... whatever he got, he wanted a second copy of it, I guess.
You're good at this.
Oh, Strike Oil. Patient Scout Strike Oil? Sell it at tier 4? Is that the good tier 4? I think tier 4 is pretty solid for Naga. You can get the Slumbering Sorceress, Weary Mage, Slumbering Sorceress, or Corrupted Myrmidon, potentially. Yeah, let's do that. Buff that up. Give it another 3/3. It's pretty solid. Oh man, just scraped off the thing. No, hopefully my face doesn't start freaking bleeding again. Oh, I was like in the car and I picked up my face earlier. I felt like a scabby thing, and then all of a sudden I had a bunch of blood in my face, which is kind of I was like sitting next to a cop at the light, like wiping blood off my face. There's nothing to be concerned about. Look at the cop. You're like, yeah, don't worry about the body.
Really raging out there.
Enchanted Lasso. So the next tavern spell we buy is free. Let's do... No, that's lame. That is super good, though. Do I sell patience? Just kidding. You can just steal one of the 2 that we want. Successfully.
And I flow with it. May the shores be with you.
What are we going against? Naga in the next round. Grab Cryfowl for free. Alright, permanent 4/4. Those are ramping up pretty quick. Lesser Trinket. Oh yeah, we only get Lesser Trinkets. I just realized that we cannot get the Thaumaturgist Portrait. Weary Mage or Weary Portrait is actually an option. And Shaker Portrait's also greater. We are limited. We could get... No, that's... Our greater options, I mean, our lesser options are kind of butt. Guess we'll see.
Good at this.
Reflective Pendant. That works. Another Thaumaturgist. I don't even know what he had. Thaumaturgist. Alright, well, that's a lot of Thaumaturgist spells. You know what? Let's... I'm just going to sell it off for the gold. So we can go tier 3, get a tier 4. Hopefully a Weary Mage. Nope. I don't even know. It's probably just the better option.
That one might make all the difference.
Alright, let's do... Increase, increase. Probably should have put that on the dragon. Definitely would have been better to put those 2 upgrades on the Poet for the turn. It's got Divine Shield, but hey, you know. There's a real good chance we triple another Thaumaturgist next turn. Another Zesty Shaker would be way better, but... If we can get an Amalgam... Let's see. Amalgam with either the Fire Scale Hoarder... I'm trying to think of a combo here. So the Death Rattle Naga, the Showy Cyclist, to give your Nagas 1/1. And if we pair that with Fire Scale Hoarder and Persistent Poet, or any Amalgam, we can give the Death Rattle buff permanently to, as my voice cracks, permanently to the alls, maybe?
Really pulled their weight.
3 tier 4. You know, let's go with the Goblin Wallet. Alright, let's hit that tier 5 and see what we get. Showy Cyclist. That's like 95% of what I was trying to do. So maybe an Enchanted Lasso with a refresh. I guess we'll save them. Alright, 2 12/12s. Cast 4/4. So that's already going to be 6/6 with the Persistent Poet to 2 minions permanently. But once we get... I don't know if it'll be better to keep Lava Lurker or better to just try and get a couple more Zesty Shakers and do that instead. If we get the Reflective Pendant, we can just wait until Poet gives us double, and then we can double the Showy Cyclist stats, get Reborn on that, maybe. I don't know. Got a lot of options here. Ooh. He's not doing too hot. I don't even know if he's gonna, like, make it to that. He's taking a full 10. He could be dead next turn. Without a field, he's gonna be dead next turn. He gets to probably up his tavern to 6 right now, if I had to guess. Another Thaumaturgist. Let's do that Weary Mage. Ooh. Oh, options, options, options. Alright, what do we have for options? For alls, I think we only have... I'm gonna need to go up a tier.
Let's step up our game.
Kind of want to just sell this. We can grab another spell, and then we can roll the dice on using the Enchanted Lasso, maybe. I don't think this one Lava Lurker is going to make that much of a difference. Plus, that's extra spells played this turn. I'm going to do that. Let's do that. Grab the coin. Just play it to get another spell played. It didn't work out, but that means we can have Thaumaturgist and the Mage on the field. Reinvigorate on him for the Reborn. And then 14-14. So we'll do 3-3. 14-14. That. And yeah, you know what? Let's make him huge. That's going to give 8-8 to our Naga. Reborn and do it a second time. If it kills itself, which it's going to. And it'll do it again. So we're bigger than he is. She worked out very well. And maybe? Perfect. What, 15? That is 15 damage. Ooh, she lived through the turn. Barely. Another showy cyclist. That's fantastic. All right, we have to get the Dragon Naga for the Tavern spell. Or an All. An All's probably easier to get if we go up a Tavern tier. Or not. Well, you would think that it would have been easier. Apparently not. Let's get rid of one Thaumaturgist. The second showy cyclist out. Reinvigorate. And I suppose we could have done the pointy arrow too. Next one's free, so we'll buy an expensive Tavern spell because it's free next time. Honestly, this is just kind of one of those things where you just forget it exists. It's impactful, but I don't know. I feel like it's not something that I would be intentionally like seeking to activate the effect of over and over again. By the way, now that it's not super bright, who likes the where's my hand? This whole triple stack cat gate thing we got going on here. It's what keeps them out of the office but lets the air conditioning in. Yes, I could put an air conditioning in the window. Then you guys wouldn't be able to hear me. Air conditioners are obnoxious and our apartment gets very warm. That's what I want. I want the fire skill hoarder. Ah, look at that. It's beautiful. Let him die again and again. And now we are too big to stop. He's out. Just in time for his minions to not be able to clear us out. I wonder if that puts us in the top 4 right now. It's a lot of people that could die. Oh, Hook Tusk made it through. Who'd you take out? Ooh. Yeah, but they pick at these doors. These are like solid, so they can't just be super abrasive and get through them. Come on, give us an all. Why is that so difficult?
That one might make all the difference.
Well, I guess that works. Show me some Nagas. And Zesty Shaker for the triple. Probably should have played some spells on him first. That's alright. Still not using this Persistent Poet yet. Apparently I'm just not going to get an all-type minion. Titus Rivendare for the double death rattle. Could get Oozling Gladiator, double taunt instead. Actually, Oozling? No. It was worth a shot. Down the field. Oozling Gladiator. Taunt, taunt. Ooh, Arid Atrocity. Yep. Failed to play the spells, but it's alright. That is a permanent 50-50. Permanent 72-72. Ugh, barely. Oh, solid winning streak until that point, too. Get one triple on the showy cyclist. That would work, too. Another Titus. Actually, we could just do Tavern spells instead of the Naga spells, even though these two are actually a pretty good combo. Anything works with the Zesty Shaker, though. Yeah, let's sell the Thaumaturgist. Honestly, Reborn would work better with the... Or that. Make one of them... Oh, tier 4 and below, I'm an idiot. That works for the Poet, though. Let's do that. Triple on Titus. That is going to be a triple on the Showy Cyclist. I mean, I can kind of stack it, I guess, for the time being, anyway. I don't really want to do the Evoker, though. I'd rather another all-type minion. So that we can get the effect of the Naga. Doesn't look like we're going to have that luxury, though. That works. Let's do this. Come on. Give us an all-type. One more shot. No dice. It's alright. He'll get first attack. 12-12. Tripled. 144, 144. Again. With a permanent 216. We still took damage cap. But I think that puts us in the top 4. Another all-type minion would have been kind of perfect. Yeah, Showy Cyclist, the triple. That's also nice. Get permanent Divine Shield. Yeah, I absolutely need another all-type minion.
That's quite the army you're building, friend.
or the fire scale hoarder. English is hard. Strike oil, which is free. Get reborn on the showy cyclist. There it is, Weary Mage. And I'm gonna leave Weary Mage on the field. Get 2 extra copies of the Death Rattle for now.
You're down a minion and up a goal.
Nadina, put that there. Give the showy cyclist reborn, and I'll give the fire scale hoarder reborn. The Nadina is going to give the permanent divine shield to both of these. And then we can get rid of Nadina for something better. Ooh, kind of need to play some tavern spells. We're either going to win or lose. I think our field is solid. I don't know if that 44-44 is going to be enough to take us out. No, we got 557, 557 in one turn. We just ramped that up by like 300. Yeah. We just turned that around in a turn, and that is permanent increase on those now. 17, he's barely alive. Hey, if you guys are enjoying the ridiculousness that is this combo, be sure to subscribe and comment. Let me know how much you enjoyed this match. Corrupted Cupcakes. Let's see. One cost. Could have bought a more expensive one. That was kind of dumb. Granted, we have 18 gold now, so... why not? 1, 2, 3... We can get rid of the Nadina now as well. She's useless. Another showy cyclist would be massive. We can just leave the Weary Mage on the field forever now. We just got to give him the reborn. That 2 more fire skill hoarders works, I guess. Sell her, grab both.
That'll do some damage.
Triple.
That's a great play. I can't wait to see this shake out.
You know what? I guess that works. It's going to be a lot of tavern spells for the Evoker to buff him up with. Alright, so right off the bat, 366, 366. Let's see what that ends up being right away. $606, 810. We have over 1,000 on that Aerotrocity. That almost doubles with just the tightest Rivendare mixed with the Naga. A whole bunch of tavern spells. That is going to be a ton of spells played. Reflective Pendant, maybe we get another Aerotrocity. And we're in the top 2. Another Aerotrocity, that is a triple. I don't know really how this worked out as well as it has, but I'm not going to complain. Let's get the reborn on the showy cyclist. We only need to win 1 round, so let's just... I'm going to search for another showy cyclist, I think.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
What do we got? Come on, give us a... We have so much gold to search for a showy cyclist. Actually, I'm gonna sell the weary mage, play another one, so that we can potentially do that with a showy cyclist. Come on. Could just go with a Leroy. I think Leroy's probably the play. As much as I want the showy cyclist. Nothing. All right. I think that Leroy will do the trick. Oh yeah. Took out one of his biggest minions right away. He does have the Fellfire. Come on. Oh, yeah. Stat gain again. 1,500, 1,500. Yeah, we take him out. Look at that. This strategy worked out overall. Huge win. See? It was in the mind and it worked out. That was a Death Rattle, Naga, Dragon, Death Rattle, Reborn build thing. For first. That's 2 amazing games in a row. When it rains, winds, it pours. We're either on top of our game or we're dragging ass in last. Secrets of Norganon. What do we got? Extra trinkets? Alright, Beast, Dragons, Mechs, Quillbore, and Undeads. A lot of options here. We had a Secrets of Norganon match yesterday where I hit tier 7, and for 6-ish, 5-6 turns in a row, I don't know, someone correct me if you were there, 0 tier 7s on every refresh. Spent like 5 or 6 turns just totally refreshing. Not a single tier 7 in the tavern. Awful. Alright. Zarek or Marin? Marin's probably the better bet. Yeah, let's do Marin. Whole extra trinket. Pretty solid. What do you guys want to see us push for this game? Let me know in the chat if you want to see a specific clan that we push for this game. I want Sire to Nathrius.
Hey, my favorite commanders.
Beasts, Dragons, Mechs, Quillbore, and Undead. This is going to be a super strong game. Honestly, Quillbore probably has the highest potential here. Mechs are good, though. Go with Cord Puller. Quillbore have the highest potential if you can ramp them up fast. Especially with the tier 7 and the Beast. You can do the Death Rattle, Quillbore, Battlecry combo thing. Man. Infidel.
Rough battle.
Mechs.
Back up and turn it around.
Mechs. Alright. We'll see what we can do. I'm actually gonna stay tier 1 for one more turn. Just because a 4/4 with Divine Shield is pretty solid. They're only gonna have the one tier 2 minion that they picked. It's probably gonna be Quillbore. If I had to guess, they got lucky and get the Quillbore that has the Death Rattle for 2 more 2/2s. But we will win again. Oh, Forest Rover. All right, they want beasts. Fair enough. Obviously, they were limited to what they got, so.
Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure.
All right, let's do Enchanted Lasso. We'll go up a tier, and I'm just going to grab a Figurative Quillbore. I'm going to leave the Quillbore as the primary on the field. If we can start ramping blood gems with this first lesser trinket, definitely worth going Quillbore. But if it's a terrible choice for both our lesser trinkets, we'll just go for whatever we get the strongest of. Honestly, mechs are a pretty solid ramp choice. Mechs and beasts are the easiest to like pivot and ramp with. Look at that. Easy win. Elise isn't looking like she's doing too hot. That decent field. I said that 4-4 with the Divine Shield makes a whole lot of difference. Now let's go tier 3. Not looking to fall behind on this. Ooh. Like one of the only people at tier 3. Obviously, Phelan's going to rush 6. At least 4. At least Starseeker's ability kind of sucks. Unless she starts using it at a higher tier. You have to, like... If I was playing Elise Starseeker right now, I'd push for 7 to guarantee that you get to discover tier 7. It's actually not a bad ability for Secrets of Norganon. But holding off on using it until you're tier 7, that would be the struggle for sure.
Have a good battle, friend.
What do you got, Kazakh? Why does Kazakh sound familiar? What is that from? Ooh. Look at you and your fancy beasts. You and your fancy turtles.
I've got some fresh recruits for you.
Start of every 2 turns, gain 2 gold and discover. Huh, I didn't know they buffed that. When did that happen? Gain 2 gold and discover a tier 6 minion. That's actually a whole lot better than it was. 3 random. You know, I'm gonna go with the Azeroth model globe. Get the Prickly Piper. Let's do Tricky Trousers here and then grab that Snapper. It's just better value. Start buffing some blood gems.
Don't tell the others. I'm
Dozy Whelp. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. Guys, bear with me for 1 second. I'm gonna go radio silent for a second. Have to call in dinner so that I can get picked up. I'll do that after I make this play here.
welcome back. How's it going out there?
Alright, so next turn we get the Azeroth Globe. Let's do Battle Cry. Do the Macaw? Get a monstrous Macaw. If we can get the Battle Cry as well, could actually get rid of the taunt off that. There it is.
I
amazing options. Alright. Just grab a spell. That's fine. Alright. Guys, I will be right back.
Have a good battle, friend.
Look at that. Works out wonderfully. We get the Death Rattle and the Battle Cry to buff our Blood Gems, which are now a 4/3 spell. So now we got to start getting some Blood Gems. Took a little bit of a loss there. It's alright. Got plenty of health to take a little bit of damage here.
I've got some fresh recruits for you.
Alright. Silky Shimmer Moth. I mean, not that it's a great idea necessarily. You know what? Let's do something weird. I'm gonna do Reborn on the Macaw. Grab another Macaw.
A good tactical choice.
If I can get rid of the taunt on the Prickly Piper and get taunt on something else, get all the extra attacks from... Alright, let's get taunt
What might make all the difference.
on something else here. Taunt on our Shimmer Moth, and I'm actually just going to buff the Shimmer Moth up with some Blood Gems here. Oh my. That is kind of what I was looking for. That's going to be double Death Rattle and double Battle Cry, I think. Does a gold copy trigger the leftmost Battle Cry twice as well? Does anybody know? I guess we can find out. We get a whole lot of attacks with the Macaws right now. We just need something to generate Blood Gems quickly. But 8/6 Beetles. I'll take that. That dies. Hopefully this attacks over here. It doesn't. It's alright. We'll still get the attacks for the Battle Cry. And apparently Cord Puller. Probably need to get rid of that now that I'm thinking about it. Could have got some extra Beetles instead. Not bad. Take a couple damage. 7. Still at 16 health, which means we are free and clear to get our Greater Trinket next turn still. Alright, and we'll have the Globe next turn on top of that. Let's go tier 4. Get the Gold Macaw. Get a tier 5 minion out of it. Whenever you spend 6 gold, play a Blood Gem on all your Quillbore. Let's swap those. I mean, I can just ramp these two up like crazy, right? Double end of round effects. For now, anyway. Could also do that. It's going to play a Blood Gem on our Shimmer Moth every turn. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. Something like that. And then if Prickly Piper dies, the Macaw will summon... Let's see. I'm curious, what are our blood gems at? 6-6. So let's see if that goes up to 8-8 right away when this attacks. I am curious if it triggers it twice. It doesn't say anything about it, so... 8-8. It does go off twice. Okay. Perfect. What are his beetles at? 18. Sweet. We get another buff to our blood gems. 9-10 on blood gems. We lost the round. If we can get pretty much any blood gem, but another shimmer moth, seriously? I can use it with that. Start a combat, play 3 blood gems on all of your minions. Blood gems on all Quillbore after 2 friendly minions attack, or Herald sticker. Hogwash Basin with the shimmer moth guarantees blood gems on all minions. That's a permanent buff to them, which is kind of huge. We can get rid of the Snapjaw, play the second shimmer moth. Every time we play 6 gold, or use 6 gold rather, we get blood gems on everything too.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
I need to get a reborn on those. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but actually let's do that instead. It's gonna be more gold. Thorncaller will give us more blood gems, but
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
let's see if we can get double death rattles. 3 Lil Quillbore. That's actually kind of freaking awesome. Monstrous Macaw, double death rattling, 3 Lil Quillbore. Even if it dies, I mean, on all our... It's not bad. And if we... That's going to trigger twice. That's 6 blood gems on our Quillbore. And we'll still get the Moon Bacon health. Perfect. Now we get our macaws killed. It's going to come back after triggering all the increases. This T-Rex comes back. We get to do it again. And it's going to trigger all those again. Yeah, over 200 on them now. Plus the HP keeps going up. Plus 9, plus 14. You guys just gotta trust the process. Let me know if you thought I was about to lose. There's a pretty good chance of it. I want to know who has no faith in the... No faith in the process. Azeroth model globe. We're going against Beasts again. He's got a Herald sticker and a Macaw portrait as well. Honestly, the 2 Shimmer Moss can pretty much go now. They've outlived their usefulness. And more Quillbore is better. Just grab the careful investment.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
We can do... we can do Persistent Poet and do another... There's no Quillbore Dragon, but there are alls at rank... At the rank 6. I'm gonna grab the Poet. Extra gold. We'll need another all. But this should work pretty freaking well. I don't think there's a minion that's all that we can target with like Chef's Choice or something. Oh, the Azeroth model globe might give us an all. There's actually a really good chance that it gives us one of the tier 6s that's all, and then we can use Persistent Poet with the 3 little Quill Bore. Permanent Blood Gem gain. This guy's got 33 beetles. Yeah, we've got this on lockdown. The attack, the increase. Yeah, over 200 on them already. Yeah. Appreciate that, Josh. I'm glad you're trusting the process. Alright, 10 HP, and we're still in it. Yeah, 7 people still in it. Apparently he won his round too.
Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure.
Alright, Needling Crone, which is massive. This does give blood gems to all of our minions, so we could use 2 poets next to each other. 2 poets next to each other. Needling Crone's gonna double blood gems, even the 3 from Hogwash Basin, which is better than the 2 Shimmer Moths. So let's do that. Get both those on the field. Let's go up a tier. Let's do Tricky Trousers on our dragon here. And Pokey Thornmantle to buff him up too? No, let's do gems. Cave Hydra. Yeah, let's just do a couple more refreshes here. Just to spend the gold to buff them all up. Get rid of the Dark Grays now. And get both those on the field. Yeah, we'll get Defender's Rights over here on our dragons. So, Hogwash Basin, 3 blood gems, doubled with Needling Crone. Macaw will attack, 3 little Quill Bore, 6 blood gems, doubled. Our blood gems are up to 10-16. When Macaw attacks, it gives us 2 more HP. So his beetles are tiny. Yeah, 64, 102 already, and they give each other the stats permanently. And a super easy win because he doesn't have anything to buff his beetles up. We just need to make that permanent. Yeah, our blood gems, 10-20. The Prickly Piper, probably not super necessary now.
Your minions really pulled their weight.
Alright, let's go tier 6.
We're in business.
Hawkstrider Herald as well. Just gonna let that refresh. Hawkstrider Herald's not bad, but we have plenty of blood gem play going on here. Plus 10, plus 20. This guy got undeads. Yeah. I don't think undead stand a chance at taking this out. Again, 1 amalgam, and as soon as we get that on the field, or 1 all minion, I suppose. As soon as we get that on the field, we can drop probably the Prickly Piper, and then all of the blood gems that we play, from Monstrous Macaw attacking, Needle and Crone, doubling them, the Hogwash Basin, all of that is permanent. If we can get 2 on the field, even better. If we can triple the Persistent Poet and get 2 on the field, this is like game over. We're going to ramp up to a stupid amount. We're on a 3-round winning streak. The key is to make these blood gems permanent.
Don't tell the others. I knew.
Ooh, Moira. Ooh, fancy. He does not have enough spread. Yeah, he's out. Not even kind of enough. And Prickly Piper can't die, so that's not even really beneficial to us. So Azeroth Model Globe hopefully gives us an all. We get 2 extra gold this turn. And if we can get a triple on the Poets, 1, it will double the blood gem stats again, which Needle and Crone already does.
Your minions really pulled their weight.
Another Needle and Crone. Another 3 low Quill Bore. Not what we need. Alright, game, don't mess about. Give us what we need. We need an all. Double death rattles. That Titus could be huge too. I'm gonna say grab it. If I can get 1 all in the next 2 refreshes. Ah, we got the Persistent Poet. I'm gonna sell the Prickly Piper, grab the Poet, get the triple, and hope for an all on this. Tier 7, Varian gives us 2 Discovers. Guess we'll grab Caligos for now. Really? Alright, Hawkstrider Herald, I guess. Still no alls. Alright, go with the extra Death Rattle, and Hawkstrider Herald.
Keep up the momentum, friend.
Still a ridiculous amount of stat increase, but... And we're still in it. He's gonna lose this round. We need to swap out Hawkstrider. Oh, he's out. Just kidding, he doesn't even... He doesn't get anything after this. Another attack. Imagine if any of those stat gains were permanent. Wouldn't that have been something? We'd have had a minion at like 2,000. I actually feel like what we were asking for was not... It's not much. And we could get 2 more rounds out of this. Someone's versing the dead guy. Dragons. Alright. There's the all. I think we get rid of the Moonbacon Jazzer now. maybe get another all. Fearless Foodie. I'm gonna slap it down. 1/1 to Blood Gems is actually massive. Alright. Well, we got the 1 all, which is also a Battle Cry. And a Death Rattle. So we'll get a ton of misplaced T-sets. Not that that really matters all that much. This guy got dragons. He could have AoE hit. Either way, Needling Crone is going to trigger double. Hawkstrider Herald's going to give both of these double death rattles. Hogwash, whatever Nightmare Party Guest gets for stats right now will be permanent. Give each of your minions health equal to half its attack. This guy's on a 4-round winning streak as well. We're on a 5. I kind of figured that that might be the case, but those are tiny minions. Like, realistically, they're tiny. Yeah, 406, 1,054. That is a permanent 800, 900, 2,400. It's not permanent anymore. That was so cute. Yeah, we get a bunch of free stats anyway. If we can triple that Needling Crone. So I'm assuming Kha'Zix there is going to win his round against Denathrius. Either that or we just got first place again. That's a first place kind of day. Alright. Us versus Kha'Zix. Permanent stat gain. Look at that. 934, 2,400, and way too much. I'm just going to get these out of the hand real quick. And another Nightmare Party Guest. I'll grab it. Another Hawkstrider Herald. I mean, it could get us the triple on the Crone, and we can sell the Caligos off. Just kind of in the hand obnoxiously. Come on, triple on the Crone. Oh yeah, tier 7. I mean, Sanguine would have made sense too, but I don't know. Why mess with a good thing, I guess? What do you got, Rafam? Tiny beetles. He's just going off that extra from the Silithid. Yeah, he's dead. He's real dead. Look at that. 1,368. 3,528. Make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, a little 5,000 HP on that now, permanently. Ah, you know what? Let's do it again. In 3 turns, we got our party guest up to 6,300 HP and 2,400 attack. So, he had some stats. It didn't matter. Yeah. I don't know. He quit, maybe? He either quit or the game preemptively said he lost, but by a lot. It's a massive party guest. Alright guys, we got dinner coming soon. It was a little bit shorter. A late start because we did some Magic the Gathering. If you want to talk about Magic, send some comments. I don't know, we can talk more about Magic. You can always chat in chat. Guys, if you enjoyed the video and you are not yet subscribed, subscribe. Turn on notifications so you know when we go live every day of the week. And yeah, again, if you enjoyed the stream, like, comment, subscribe, the whole nine. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow in the next one. Peace.